Hey everyone, welcome back to Caesar's Freedomstead. So today I want to go ahead and make a video, point out to you 5 items that you need to prepare for and survive a winter power outage. The reason why I'm making this video is it happened to us. We had a big power outage a couple of years back and it was devastating. We were snowed in, we were new homeowners over here. We didn't have a heat source, we didn't have anything like any power source, we didn't have anything to generate electricity. So we were pretty much sitting ducks in a freezing house with a newborn. I don't want that to happen to any of y'all. So here are 5 things that will help you prepare for a power outage and for the winter. Number 5 being a bonus. Let's go ahead and do it. Okay, number 1, generator. Definitely generator will always be my number 1. I don't care what part of the country that you're at. Hey, you know, if you're in a warm climate, cold climate, if it snows, if it doesn't snow, a generator is always the number 1 when you want to prepare for any kind of power outage. If you're in a part of the country where it snows a lot, if you get snowed in, you may lose power here and there. Even in warm climates, you definitely want to keep your power. You know, this right here, this was the very first thing that we got, was the generator. Now, generator is number 1 because this is going to provide you electricity and it's going to provide you a means to keep all of your goods, all of your food. I'm not for a particular generator out there. If you find one that suits your home, definitely go ahead and get that one. This is the one that suited our home, and this one right here has multiple plugins right here. So when you're getting a generator, make sure you get one that actually gives you multiple plugins, not just 1 or 2, even though that'll be okay. If you're trying to run a house, if you need to get multiple things going, like your refrigerator, if you need a light source, like a lamp, get one that has multiple plugins because you're definitely going to be happy you did when the power goes out or if you get snowed in. So this right here, whenever we lost our power, we have plug-in extension cords here, and extension cords are running through the house through a cracked window or through a crack lower part of the door. And I would hook up a lamp. So you have some electricity, you have some light in the house, and we'd hook up the refrigerator. So none of our food goes bad, milk, everything is still good. But if you're in an area where you're snowed in, you could actually take that stuff and just put it in the snow, you know, if you want to. We go ahead and hook that up to the refrigerator as well. And if you'd like to, you know, you could hook up multiple plugins to that extension cord. Do not overdo it. These do have a maximum capacity, so definitely read your owner's manual to make sure that you don't overdo it. And this right here, as long as you have your gasoline, you'll be good to go for as long as that power outage lasts. Over here, I have my 5-gallon gasoline container here. Definitely get one of those as well to prepare. Get that now. I'm telling you, get a generator now. We're having an unseasonably warm winter. But there's going to be many, many more winters in the future. But I always recommend get these things now, not when the power goes out. The first year we were here, power went out. We didn't have anything. We got to the store and everything that we needed that's going to be on this list here, well, you could not find them in the store at all. So it was quite a time for us. Number 1, generator. So what are we going to get? It's going to give you electricity, and it's going to preserve your goods, and you can plug it into other things. You know, if you want to watch your TV, you plug it in there, watch your TV, wait until the power goes back on. So generator is number 1. It's going to keep your house going. Okay, number 2, a kerosene heater. Now, these are one of the things I say again, get it now, don't wait, because as soon as there's a power outage or as soon as it starts to get a little bit into the winter, these things go fast. They go very, very fast. Again, when we were inside of that power outage that we had our first year where we were snowed in and had no heat, nothing, no ability to cook, no generator, a friend actually drove us to the store, to multiple stores, to try to find some portable heaters, some kerosene heaters. There was none. Every single store we went to, there was no heaters. So buy this now. When you fill up these kerosene heaters all the way to full, these will actually last for quite a while, about 8 to 10 hours. It lasts for a long time. And it does take a little bit of time to heat a room up, but trust me, once you get it going, it will definitely heat up the room. So these things right here are super handy if you don't have a natural heat source in the house, like a fireplace or a wood stove. These right here are awesome. Also, go ahead and get your hands on one of those kerosene containers right there that you can fill up about 5 gallons of kerosene in. So I have that on hand. Mine's full right now. If we need this, we're good to go. So this right here will be ready to burn for quite a long time. One of these 5-gallon containers will keep this thing going for days. So literally days. So definitely get one of these kerosene heaters. You can have it in the house. I know there's a lot of things out there, about carbon monoxide, and it's not safe to have those things in the house. That's mostly not true. It produces a very small amount of the risk factor that everyone talks about. But what I like to do is I'll crack a little bit of a window here and there, maybe just one window to keep a little bit of a flow, but you really don't even need to. But these items right here, this is great for your heat source. So definitely grab one of these. You have your generator, which is going to keep your electricity going and will preserve your food when you when you plug in the refrigerator and whatever else you'd like to do. So you can plug in a light, refrigerator, and something else. So you have your house running electricity with your generator, and now you have your kerosene heater with your kerosene to heat your house. So kerosene heater for heat. Number 3. This is one of my favorite. This one right here is the portable plug-in stove tops right here. So I got 2 of these last winter. We just started doing these last year because I saw them in the store and I was like, hey, that would have been handy back when power went out. And actually power went out again that year. And so we got to use these and it was really awesome. So I highly recommend these as like that additional plug-in for your generator. If you have your lights and your refrigerator already plugged in, go ahead and plug in one of these in case the generator that you have doesn't include that plug-in for your stove or for one of the small conventional stoves. These ones right here are super handy. Heck, last time when the power went out, I had the generator running, I had the kerosene heater going, and I had these plugged in, and I was cooking for my kids. I was cooking spaghetti for them on these things. So we were good to go. So I just plugged this into extension cord that was connected to the generator, and we were cooking as well. So we had our heat, we had our lights, we had our food preserved, and I was still cooking food. So get these. They are really inexpensive. I think it cost me like $12 at the store. I got 2 of these. They're awesome, really awesome. And they're powerful too. I cooked food very quickly on these. So definitely pick yourself up about 2 or 3 of these. Number 4. Have a non-perishables closet or a pantry. So Marina, my wife, put this together not too long ago. So inside the closet here, we don't have a whole lot in there. We don't need that much, but we do have a little bit of a backup here of non-perishables that, yes, we'll have the refrigerator plugged in, and those things will be okay, but you really never know how long a power outage is going to go, or being snowed in, or any of those different things. So always have some sort of non-perishable closet here. So we have things like, rice, canned goods, juice, cooking materials, box materials, and we'll store some waters down there. So this is just small right now. You really don't need anything too big unless you have a huge family or you're preparing for some, end of days survival type deal. This should be good enough. You have something that'll get you by for a few days. Every time you go to the store, just get a little bit extra for your non-perishables. So we always keep this closet right here recently to just have non-perishables. We don't touch them. If we get a power outage and something happens, we can't get to the store and we run out of everything out there in our normal pantry, we go ahead and get in here and get a couple things. So get a non-perishables area in your house somewhere. Leave it there. Don't touch it. Non-perishables be good for years. This is number 5. The wood stove is amazing. So the wood stove right here is going to do quite a few things. The wood stove right here is number 5, but it's also a bonus because it will heat your house exponentially. We use this every single time it gets into the 20s or below, sometimes in the 30s, and it'll heat our house up to 78, 80 degrees. If I let it go full blast, it'll go over 80 degrees unless I turn it down. So this will heat your house very quickly. It'll keep it hot. You can keep that heat sustainable with all these different gauges here. And along with this, actually just make sure you have wood. You can't have a wood stove without any wood. So that kind of goes along with it. But this will provide you heat. you won't have to get any kerosene. You'll just have to have wood. This will provide you heat. This will provide you a small light source in your house. So when you have a fire blaring in here, it will actually light up this entire living room here at night. So you'll be able to see. So it's going to provide you a light source. My favorite part of it actually is it will provide a cooking top for you. So wood stove, hence wood stove, you know. Up here, this is where you can put wood in, but this is also the stove top up here. You can cook on, you can put your pan up here and cook. So if you just have this one thing, so let's say it's snowing outside, put your perishables in the stove if you'd like, if you don't have a generator. It'll keep it all cold. And go ahead and light up your wood stove. This is going to produce a massive amount of heat for your house. It's going to produce a cooking source up here on top. You could cook with your pans. It's going to produce a mild amount of light inside the room that you have it. So like I said, it'll brighten up this living room here. And so this one right here will actually, like I said, it will include pretty much the first four. Because if you have a wood stove, you don't necessarily have to get the portable cooking, the portable stoves that I have, because you can cook on top of here. You don't necessarily need a kerosene heater because you have your heat source here. And whereas the kerosene heater will heat up a single room pretty well, it'll take quite a while to heat up a whole house. This right here, it will heat up the whole house to 78, 80 degrees in no time. So this is much better than that. And as far as electricity, you won't have electricity if this is all you got, but you will have a little bit of light. So that's why I say generator is always number one. But even if you didn't have any of those first three things that I talked about, you can have this wood stove and you can get along just fine in a power outage or being snowed in. This thing was awesome. When we got snowed in, there was nothing. We got this thing. When power goes out and the snow came, it was actually exciting. So I was like, this is awesome. I'm going to go ahead and get this thing burning. We got heat. Who cares if it's dark in here? We got a little bit of light, and I'm cooking up here. I'm cooking dinner. So get one of those. That is number 5, but it's also a bonus because you don't necessarily need it. But if you can get one of these and you can afford it, definitely get one installed in your house. It's 10 times better than a fireplace, in my opinion. So that's your number 5 and your bonus. Make sure you have some wood. And that's about it. Those are the 5 things that I recommend that you get. Now, these are things that we use for our family when we were actually in a predicament like that. Like I said throughout the video, we were in some bad times a while back. We just moved to this place out in the country, moved to this house. There was no driveway. There was no means of escape. When we got snowed in, we didn't have a heat source. We didn't have a fireplace. We didn't have a kerosene. We had nothing. We didn't have a generator. And we actually had a newborn, Josiah, over there. And it was freezing, and we couldn't get out with our vehicles. So these are the things that we purchased and we got installed in our home to prepare. And so every winter after that, whenever we had a power outage or it snowed out, it was a great time in the house. We got the heat going, we started cooking, we got the electricity going, and it didn't affect us at all. So get your generator, get your kerosene heater, get your portable stovetops. Go ahead and start building up a non-perishables area in your house. Doesn't have to be too big. And if you can, go ahead and get yourself a wood stove. Highly recommend those to everybody. They check almost all the boxes. So go ahead and grab one of those wood stoves as well if you can. If not, the first 4 are perfectly fine. So thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope that this was very, very helpful to all of you here. And I really encourage you, if you found this information very helpful or educational, please go ahead and subscribe to our channel. This is what we live for. This is what we like to do. We're out here. We want to teach everybody else how to be self-sufficient and how to not have to rely upon the government or anybody else. Just rely upon yourself and just live a good life with your family. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next time.